Hey y'all, welcome to the shop. Today I'm working on a bike that goes like few others, the KTM 1290 Super Duke R. It's important for it to stop as well as it goes though, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to change the front and rear brake fluid on your Super Duke. Here are the tools I use to get this job done. It's a simple job, so you don't need much, but you can find a list with links in the description below. Changing the brake fluid is something I often see overlooked. The manual for this bike says to do it every 2 years, but brake fluid is super hygroscopic, and it's usually a pretty easy job, so I end up doing it once a year or so. .4 and .5.1 are interchangeable, but 5.1 is higher performance, and this is certainly a high performance machine, so we'll be using .5.1. Also, because brake fluid is so hygroscopic, you want to use a fresh brake fluid when you're doing this job. I'm going to start with the rear brake, just because it's a little easier. First, I'm going to clean off the cap to minimize the chance of contaminants getting into the system. Once I've got it cleaned up, I'm going to put some towels down to keep brake fluid from getting on anything, especially painted surfaces. Brake fluid is nasty, corrosive stuff, so don't skip this step. I'll go ahead and glove up as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the cap off and the membrane underneath it. There's a little plastic ring on top of the diaphragm. So if you do get brake fluid on anything, just finish the job as quick as possible and then spray this off with water. Now, rather than pushing the old fluid through the system, which, I mean, that will work, but rather than potentially flushing stuff down in there that we don't want down in there, I'm going to use my syringe and pull the old fluid out. All right, we're going to pull our little cap off here. It's a little protector for the nipple. And it's got a little ring. Be careful not to break it. All right, now that we've got our wrench hanging on there, we're going to put our bleeder hose on. You want this to be a pretty dang tight fit. This one's perfect. Now, it's not really a tutorial on how to use this thing, but you'll get it pretty quick here, quick and dirty. So what you're going to do is pull vacuum by pumping this on the system. And then while there's vacuum on the system, you'll crack the bleeder. You don't want to crack the bleeder too much because then all the vacuum will come out too quick and it won't pull out very well. Giggity. Now, you want to make sure that you don't run the system dry because you'll need the KTM tool to cycle the pump and get all the air out of the ABS, which even if you wanted to, you can't buy. So keep an eye on your reservoir. You can kind of see it right there. You'll be able to look through right there and keep an eye on her. So let's go ahead and start bleeding some. Pull a good bit of vacuum on it here. And now when you crack the bleeder, don't crack it too much. Nice. You can see there it's not bleeding. I'm having to pump it with one hand. So you need about 10 hands to do this right, but it is what it is. This is why the shop air vacuum bleeders are epic. So my reservoir is getting a little low. So I'm going to go around and take my syringe and put a little more fluid in there. So it's not clean yet. And this reservoir, the rear brake reservoir, needs filled up again. So all right, looks like we're getting clean fluid. Snug that up pretty good. So I've got a pretty good amount of pressure pulled on it. And I'm gonna ease this off so it sucks any of the fluid that's in the bleeder out. There we go. No mess. Old brake fluid out. New brake fluid in. You don't have to get too crazy with this, but you want to snug this up pretty good. Don't go too crazy with him. And don't forget to put your nipple protectors back on. Now we're gonna top this back up. Check the brake feel. Feels good. And then, of course, you're going to want to test ride it. Make sure the brakes are working good. And the rear is done. All right, now that we're done with the back, we're going to move on to the front. And the first step is going to be to loosen these two bolts and set the reservoir on the master cylinder to where it's level. On the controls, on the buttons, like on this housing here, there's a little nub that holds it in place. So you're going to get it loose enough to where you can slide it out. Okay, same thing here on the front. You're going to want to cover things. So I've got a big shop towel here that I'll put down, and I'm going to take another shop towel and kind of wrap around under there. Now we're going to remove these two bolts here. They are T20s. Got a shop towel on my lift. I'm just going to set these on. Same with this, it's a cap and a diaphragm. Try not to drip any. Now I'm going to take my syringe and pull all the old brake fluid out. Now we're going to put some fresh fluid back in. And I usually don't fill it all the way up just in case the bike gets bumped or something like that. It's much less likely to spill. Alrighty, got her lifted back up. Now we want to bleed the caliper that's furthest away from the master cylinder first. So that's going to be on the left side. And the bleeder is underneath this little piece of the fender. So I suppose you could take the whole fender off, but I'm not going to do that. So you're going to use a T30 and take this bolt out. Set that to the side. And there's the bleeder right there. We're going to take this cover off. Move the bleeder. Just like on the rear, I just take it all the way off, set it to the side. You're gonna want to clean the bleeder up a little bit. And they don't make it easy on you. This one is an 8mm instead of a 11. First I'm gonna stick my wrench on there. You want it to where you can get a good long throw with it. So once the wrench is on there, get some pressure on it. And just like on the rear, you want to keep some pressure on it and crack this bleeder. You want to keep an eye on the reservoir up top. Don't run it out. We've got to fill the reservoir back up. All right, looks like we're getting clean fluid. So I'm gonna snug this up, just like on the rear. And I'm gonna pull a good bit of pressure on it with the bleeder tight. And then I'll pop the hose off, and it should be mess-free. Bada boom. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna snug that bleeder up. Don't go too crazy. Just like on the rear. Pop this protective cover back on. Pop that on. Put that bolt back in. The bolt has a collar on it that sits down in a relief in the fender here, and so make sure that finds its home. Then you're gonna snug that up. We're done with the right side. Now we're gonna move over to the other side and bleed it just like we did this one. Take our bolt out. Set that to the side. Just like on the other side. I take these, just the tool I like to use. Pop the nipple off. Grab that piece and gently pull it off. Wipe the bleeder down. Make sure you've got enough fluid in your reservoir. A wrench on here. And this one's going to be canted up because it's still lefty-loosey. Pop my bleeder hose on. Pull a vacuum on it. And repeat this process on this side until we get clean fluid coming out. All right, we've got clean fluid coming out, so I'm gonna hold this low, hold my bleeder low, let all that come down into the reservoir here. I'm gonna pull a good vacuum on it and pop that hose off, snug that up, make sure it's closed, protector back on. Take our bolt. There we go. And the right side's done. So you can see here there is a bleeder on the master cylinder as well. So now we've got to bleed that one. This one is a little bit different. I've taken just the bleeder bottle from my Mighty Vac I'm gonna stick that on there and find a place for it to sit. As you can see, this one's gonna be a little bit different. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna break this loose, and the manual says about half a turn, but I'm gonna break it loose until I can get fluid to come out. I'm gonna pull a little bit of pressure on my lever here with this hand, take my wrench, break it loose till I get fluid coming out, and it says to pump it until you get fresh fluid coming out. And really it looks pretty good already. So I'm gonna close it. The wrench will just hang there. You want to make sure you got good, feel in your lever. All right, now snug that, make sure it's good and tight. I'm going to get my bleeder cup here and do the same trick that I was doing on the calipers. For the record, this should have had a cover on it, and it did not. So whoever did this job last, they messed the bleeder up, and they didn't put his cap back on. So now I want to make sure I got all the fluid out. So I'm going to take a little piece of my shop towel here, put down in the hole so it'll pull out any fluid. Double check that we've got good brake feel. Feels good. There we go. Fill it up pretty much to the max line. Pop our cap back on there. These don't have to be crazy tight, but I would go kind of crisscross applesauce on them. Like I said, just good and hand tight. There we go. You are done with bleeding the brakes. Double check your brake feel in the front. Double check your brake feel in the back. And if you got brake pressure, take it for a test ride. Make sure it's good. There we go. Fresh brake fluid and back to peak performance. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and like, subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon so you don't miss any of our new videos. I wonder if it stops or goes better. I better go test it, for science.